Welcome to this 1 week intensive with Q4, learning from none other than Quentin Williams, on sneaker design. There's a unique opportunity here to kind of learn the process of how the sneakers that you wear every single day, how they start, and then how they actually get produced. And we're really excited for you guys who are the future. You guys are the future of the footwear industry. That's something that you have to know for yourselves, that you have the ability to create whatever you want and change the industry in any way, shape, or form that you'd like to. And that's what this week is going to be about. It's going to be about learning how to go from an idea into execution, into production.
So firstly, what's going on, everybody? Glad you're here. I assume that most of you are here because you, one, love sneakers. Two, you probably want to be a sneaker designer one day. And I'm here to give you as much knowledge as I can between a 5-day period to ensure that you kind of have a basis to know how to do it. My background, I went to college with the industrial design major, which industrial design gives you the ability to design any products, really. But I decided to focus in on footwear and shoes. I'm a big basketball fan, so my passion laid in performance basketball shoes and how to design those, right? And so once I graduated, I worked at a China brand called Peak. They had, Dwight Howard, Tony Parker, George Hill, and a couple other NBA players wearing their products, and I was the lead designer there for 3.5 years. And so I got a chance, travel to China, see manufacturing, how shoes are made from scratch, learning how to design and purpose that design to actually function on the court. And so from there, I decided to go on and do my own thing. And so that thing is called Q4 Sports. You can go check our products out at www.q4sports.com. And so we've been out to market now about 3.5-4 years. We got a couple of NBA players wearing our products, international players wearing our products. And so, this course is in tandem with, obviously, Kicks Academy. And, again, any questions you have while I'm going through this stuff, put it in the chat. I'm here to answer anything that you have to be answered, because I want you to actually know that you can do this. I know you're young right now, but the more knowledge you have right now today, the better it is for you in the future. So don't feel any way about asking any question you may have, because any question is a good question. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into it, man. I'm gonna share my screen so you can see the presentation as I go through it. So let me do that. All right. I'm gonna minimize some stuff so it's clear. All right, here we go. All right, man. So yeah, day one. So day one, we're gonna get into performance needs. And again, I want to be clear that, I'm basing this whole thing from day one about performance, because the things that go into performance shoes, that's like the top level of shoe making. So, I saw a lot of people put in their Jordan brand is pretty much their favorite brand. While they have performance models, they still have lifestyle. And so all of these things are part of shoe making. And so some of this terminology that I'm gonna use is based in performance, but just know that most of this stuff is still based in lifestyle stuff as well. You're still gonna have it in the shoe, maybe not as high performance, but it's still part of the shoe. So day one, we're gonna be talking about toolings, heel counters, shanks, and materials, and why are these things important, and what do they do? What do they function as in every shoe? So with that said, what are toolings? So toolings are essentially what, you hear some people say, that's the sole of the shoe, the bottom. Tooling is the combination of the midsole and the outsole. And so with the picture to the right, this is one of the toolings of Q4. And so within every tooling, every company has their own toolings. So, when you think of Adidas, they have their toolings and their cushioning systems, right? Their midsoles is typically what you call the midsole. That's the cushioning system. So with Adidas, their primary cushioning system is called Boost. With Nike, you may have, Zoom, Nike Zoom, the air bubble, right? So every company has their own proprietary cushioning midsoles. And so with Q4, the inspiration of the cushioning is based on the idea of a sea sponge. So if you looked at a picture of a sponge, it has pores. And so you got bigger pores and smaller pores. And in theory, the larger pores will offer more cushioning because it's a larger pore, right? The smaller pores offer for more engineered responsive cushioning. So the smaller the pore, the quicker it bounces back versus the bigger pores, it collapses quicker, right? And so, within the realm of definitions of toolings, EVA, and outsoles, if you look to the left here, so what is the midsole? The midsole is, again, where the cushioning is. So if you see my mouse follow here, this is what you would call the midsole. The midsole is the layer between the insole and the outsole of the shoe, designed to serve as a cushioning tool, typically made of EVA. So you would say, okay, what is EVA? So EVA is actually a plastic. And so that plastic is called ethylene vinyl acetate, EVA. Rubber-like plastic that has a high heat and cold resistance. So within that EVA, you can determine how hard you want it to be or how soft you want it to be. So depending on what kind of shoe, you may want it really soft, like the Adidas Boost. Or you may want it more responsive, like the new Nike React foam that they have, right? And so, when you design, it's important to know who are you designing it for. Because, if I'm designing, just a lifestyle shoe that you have, that you just walk through every day. Oh, let me go back. And you're not actually on the court. Let me go back here. Let's see. One sec. And this. And going back.
So just what Q was saying too, as he brings up the slide, based on the sneakers that you guys know about and the sneakers that you wear, you know that there are different types of sneakers that have a different feeling in that midsole. Some are hard, some are soft, some are reactive. And so based on what you're designing is based on how you're going to create kind of the level within the EVA or a part of that mold that you're going to be using. So it's also based on your personal comfort, so if you wear Yeezys or you wear Jordans, or you'll notice that all of those, or you wear Vans, which is a really good example because Vans have a very hard, midsole for a different reason, right? So, just something for you guys to think about as you're going through this.
Exactly. And so now lastly,